Good afternoon, and welcome to the D2C Learning Lounge. We have 2 sessions this afternoon, and the first session is the Web Can Make or Break Your DRTV campaign. Please welcome speaker Ken Osborne, CEO of Liquid Focus.
Hi everyone, my name is Ken Osborne. I'm the founder and owner of Liquid Focus. We do e-commerce and interactive marketing for DRTV. And I want to thank you for coming by today. Basically, I don't know what I was thinking to volunteer to do this on day 3 in Vegas, because if you've been in Vegas for 3 days, you lose your voice. At least I do. I talk a lot. But anyway, so wanted to go over the topic today to make sure we're on page of what we're talking about. And that is, we're talking about the web and how it basically can make or break your DRTV campaign. And if you read the intro, it's basically your TV ad dollars offline are driving a tremendous amount of traffic, obviously online. And the affiliates, social media, are all such great discussion points, but how you position yourself online when launching a product via DRTV can make a big impact on things. And as you know, probably, I don't know what your campaigns are like, but basically 30 to 50% of the orders are occurring online, and actually upwards of 100%. I mean, in the case of Pillow Pets, we ran that campaign, we were 100%, 99.9% web orders. So it's really become very significant over the years. And by the way, I've been doing this for about 10 years, and when I first set out, we were about 1.2%. So we've come a long way, and thank God I decided to do this 10 years ago. So anyway, it's imperative that the consumers find your site as quickly and easily as possible, but also what I'll be talking about is in the least expensive manner whatsoever. And I want to be clear as well, because what I'm talking about is based upon that 10 years of history in launching products successfully via DRTV, and that is managing the web presence. And for the most part, it is really experience from driving direct orders, not necessarily lead gen. I don't know if I disqualify myself from my talking then for some people, but we are talking about product sales in particular. So make sure I got this right. Yeah. So I thought I'd dumb it down a little bit, go back. But prior to the web, as we all know, it was very direct. We had unique 800 numbers, which would identify source. We would basically run the campaigns, identify what media was clearing, doing well, which was performing, which was not, and optimize from there. And I think in hindsight, it was a little bit of a utopia of sorts. So along came the web, making sure that's working. Along came the web, and today, as you know, 30 to 100% of the orders occurring online, and basically it's become more and more critical how you manage that presence online. And again, to reiterate, we're talking about the launch of a product online and the presence when you're launching it. I think it'd be a whole nother discussion of once the product is there, once it rolls into retail. I think those are other discussions. But basically, anywhere from 30 to 100% of people will go to the website to place an order, and that will depend, of course, upon many factors. The complexity of the offer, the demographic makeup of the audience. I mean, we have Miracle Socks, and that campaign is 30% web, 70% telephone. It's an older audience, they're just going to call in instead. So basically, there are many factors, but at the end of the day, it's really become a very big part of the campaign. So I thought I'd go through a little bit of an idea of sorts, put a little background into this, and then pull it all together. And what I'm saying is a little bit different than what you hear from, I think, 75% of the people out there. So bear with me as I roll through this, okay? But basically, the point is, let's agree, or let's see if you agree by nods, that the ideal web scenario would be, if we could do it, we would have unique URLs that would run, and people would literally type them in, they would do it, just like they called the phone number, and they would end up at the website. The reality is that doesn't happen, and we've tried everything. I know we've all done unique URLs, and we've tried all those things, and you can obviously get some inference, I get all that, but I'm just saying in the ideal web scenario, we can all agree that would be the ultimate scenario. Today, basically, what we're seeing is everyone's not only going to the website directly, no matter what URL we use, but we're seeing in all of our research, and again, this is a culmination of almost 10 years, and I looked at all the data from the last 2 years, and I'm talking about nutraceuticals, male enhancement pills, I've got toys, dream lights, across all categories. We're seeing that 30 to 50% of the orders will actually come from people coming from the search engines. We're seeing 30 to 50% of the people that see the ads on TV actually ending up on the results pages of the search engines. I don't know what your findings are. I don't know if you're analyzing this, But when the main guy in my company came to me and told me this 2 years ago, I was kind of blown away. And the number has only increased. And so the reasons for this are many. I'm sure you know, my dad, who's in his 70s, he doesn't even understand the difference between his search toolbar and his address bar. You know, he just simply types it in there. And it doesn't even matter what the reason is, but God bless Google for thinking of the toolbar. It was great. Now a ton of our traffic from TV is driven to them instead of our site. But what I want to talk about, though, is basically the search engine management itself, because understanding that number, that 30 to 50% will end up in the search engines, how we manage that search presence is critical. I mean, if you think about it, if you have, just for instance, half your orders coming from the web, and of half your orders coming to the web, half of them are coming from the search engines, how you manage your presence there and what it costs you to manage your presence there, I think can literally make or break a campaign. If that's too profound, you can at least admit it has a big impact on the campaign. And that's what I'm kind of here to talk about partially, is that presence and the things we do and the influences from a lot of folks with social media and everything else that I believe have a profound effect on that presence. So let's examine the search engines, and this might be rudimentary for some of you, but in some of my conversations, some people just think they know it and I find they don't. So I'm just going to go over it real quick. Basically, there are 2 different listings that occur in the search engines for the most part. Used to be 3. I love this thing called paid inclusion. We used to buy our way into the search engines, but Overture's gone and those days are gone. But anyway, a long story short, basically you have organic listings and you have paid search, so paid listings. So let's go over that for a moment. The organic listings, basically, let me describe this for a moment as best I can in its layman terms, and probably some of you can do a better job of this than me. But basically, Google's claim to fame and why they became so big, among other things, is they had a unique algorithm. Basically, if you know anything about search engines, they have computer programs, bots, other programs that crawl the internet. You can imagine how many, I don't even know how many pages are created every minute of every day, but they're constantly crawling the internet digitally. In fact, you have visits to your website that you're counting as human beings that are, just so you know, not human beings. They're actually computer programs. And what they're doing is they're looking for relevant content, video, text, everything else. And then they're using that algorithm to rank it in priority of relevance to the search term you're looking for. So if you were searching for, say, window cleaner, you know, they would find relevant content to window cleaning. Of course, obviously, they'd find content to Windex or other things like that. But they also might find a DIY site that has a lot of information about something to do with window cleaning. So looking at it further, and I'm sure you guys, hopefully you guys know a little bit about it, but there's also paid search. And basically the point is, if you can't make your way there organically, which by the way is very hard to achieve. I think people talk about SEO, they throw that term out. But SEO is a complicated, a lot of work if you truly do it the right way. But I can talk about that on another topic, or perhaps we can have Google come next time. But anyway, a long story short, you can pay your way to play. You can pay your way to the top. And what's great about it is you can do it rather quickly. Every one of our campaigns, I actually insist upon the client running a paid search marketing campaign, and I'll get into that. To me, it's mission critical. If you're not doing it yourself, I beg of you to try it, and I'll get into it a little further. But basically, let me describe how it works, just so you know, in case you're not aware. Paid search marketing is, you can bid your way to the top of the listings. Excuse me, told you 3 days here. So basically, the point is, if you want to bid on the word window cleaning, I might bid $1, you would bid $1, $2, etc. And it's an auction. So basically, you bid your way to the top. But I'll throw in one more little curveball to all this, and that is, I don't mean to sound cynical, and if Google has a booth, I hope they just close their ears for a moment. Google is a for-profit entity. They're not a non-for-profit. Keep that in mind. And so when you think about that, it's not a NASDAQ. I mean, you don't have the government overseeing who's bidding on what term. So there are, I'll be frank with you, there are games you can play, settings that you have that actually help you outrank others. And you can talk about that with your agency or whoever's managing your search. But bottom line is, paid search is an auction-based scenario where you pay your way to the top. And it really, if you look at it, it's kind of a marketing medium. It's an advertising method. So you're actually bidding on the clicks, driving traffic to your site, and you can measure that from an ROI and a CPO basis, cost per order basis. You can say, oh, I spent $100 in clicks, I got 10 orders, $10 an order, just like TV. So this is going to sound funny, but humor me for a minute. Actually, humor me for a few minutes, and I will come full circle like a Seinfeld episode here. Basically, the bottom line is that In paid search, if you had all the connections in the world and you went to college with the powers of be at Google, you'd pick up the phone and go, Tom, I know I have a lot of skeletons in the closet against you. I can hold it against you. Bottom line is, I'm running this huge campaign called Dreamlights. I'm spending $100,000 a week on TV. I know 30 to 40% of my audience, 50% are going to your, Google or the search engines, and Google by far is the majority of the searches. So basically, when someone types in the word dream, space lights, or Dreamlights, or dreamlights.com, www.dreamlights.com. And in this case, I probably would do the misspellings, Lights. But basically, I'm talking about the trademark terms. When someone types in the trademark terms, Tom, I want no one else to show up. I just want me to show up. So basically, when all these people are seeing my TV ad, the 50% that show up in the search engines, I want to drive them directly to my site. And I'm just going to ask the rhetorical question, but would you agree that'd be the ultimate scenario where you can literally control it and keep everybody out? Okay, keep that in mind for a few more screens further. So let me step back for what should I go? Yeah. Excuse me. So let's just understand then, what is our objective when we're running a DRTV ad campaign? We're launching a product via DRTV. And I want to just stick with that idea we had a moment ago, put it on the side and think about this. What is your objective? From my experience, your objective is to make TV work. If your end objective is to have retail, you're not going to get the retail, from all my experience, without having TV work. So you need to make the TV campaign work. And yet I find so many people go, well, I'm going to start on the internet. I need to do the internet. It's multi-channel. I get all that. I'm not an idiot. What I am saying, though, is what is your main objective? It's to get the TV to work. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. If that's the main goal, you want TV to work, how can we use the web in an ideal manner? And I keep talking about ideals here because I want to see, and what we do with our clients is try to get as close to ideal as possible. And what I'm about to say is a little controversial, so I'm just going to say it. The bottom line is we find a lot of people take steps that we think hinder the ability to launch a product and properly analyze how that TV campaign is doing. And I call it where people go wrong is they jump on the social media bandwagon and affiliate marketing bandwagon way too early. I was expecting maybe some people to throw things at me at this time because I know a lot of people are all over this and a lot of my competitors live and breathe by it. But the bottom line is when we run a campaign, we hold off completely on any of these things. In fact, I tell people, if you're launching a campaign, they always come to me, Ken, you're the web guy. I want to launch via the web. I say, well, you're wrong. Wrong thing to do. If you're going on TV, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to prove it why. I'll take you through some steps. But the bottom line is, I believe in using the internet as an integral part of it all, but not using social media and affiliate marketing at the beginning. And again, I'm going to tell you why, so bear with me for a minute. And I'm not an idiot. I don't think I am. The bottom line is I believe in affiliate marketing. I believe in social media. I just believe there's a time and a place for it, again, when you're launching a product via DRTV. So let's look at this for a moment. Sorry. If you look at a page and you did run social media, you could see what happens immediately is you go far away from that norm. The norm was, or not the norm, the ideal scenario. Remember we said the ideal scenario would be there'd be one link, you called up Tom and he kept everybody out. Now everyone's jumping on the social media bandwagon, you're doing affiliate marketing, you're creating all this content online, and look what you just did. You filled up the page. So you did the opposite of what we all agreed was the ideal scenario. So one reason we say not to do social media and affiliate marketing at the onset, I know that's a really controversial statement, is because we believe it dilutes on your ability to capitalize on the impulse purchases. Remember, this is direct response. And every one of my clients and every campaign we run, and we run, guys, 3 to 5 campaigns a week. I mean, I can show, it's sometimes you watch these campaigns fail. Product is great, horrible execution. And this, to me, is one of the critical elements of why I see many misfires. And again, I know it's controversial, but bear with me as I roll through it. Basically, let's say, for instance, if you're running short form, and I'll take a page from George Smith's book. Basically, you're attacking the consumer, if you will. You're what was the word, George? Ambushing them, yeah. So basically, the point is, they're watching their favorite rerun of Seinfeld. The ad comes on for the magic widget or the dream light or whatever it may be. They weren't expecting to buy a dream light that night. They were watching Seinfeld. Obviously, I'm a Seinfeld fan. But basically, the point is, the ad comes on. I'm intrigued. I go to the web. 30 to 50% of your audience goes to the search engines. Now, all of a sudden, I'm a deer in headlights. I got this affiliate who has a link that's got a review of my product. It's a bogus review. He's just trying to divert them over there. Then I got a Facebook link. I got some sort of YouTube parody running. All of a sudden, the consumer, remember impulse, right? I'm watching Seinfeld. They're lost. They're gone. They're somewhere else. Everyone sees it as pulling in. I see it as pulling out, because I look at the search engines as so critical, and now I'm throwing everybody everywhere else. So our point of view is keep the internet and keep, I should say, the search engines as clean as possible. And I'm telling you right now, try it once. I think you'll be blown away. When you control it, you'll see how many orders you get in there. I mean, we see some numbers that people don't believe. I have MERs. I wanted to use a white paper today, by the way, and talk about a client, but all my clients are so private with their information, I just couldn't reveal any. But if you don't know me, call me. I'll send you some references. I'd love to tell you some stories and have them reveal them to you. But the reality is, this is the same approach we use to launch Pillow Pets, which, as you know, is a huge campaign, and we had $1 million in sales in one day on the website, one day alone. So this has been a proven approach. We use it day in and day out. I know it's different than some others. But reason number two, am I there? Or I should say reason two in general, not necessarily in order of number two, is, again, we agreed that at the launch of this DRTV ad campaign, our objective was to test TV. So we all know that attribution is what it's all about. Where did we get these orders and visits from? What was the source? And so basically, our mantra and our belief is, when you do all this online activity and you are driving inward traffic to the website, you're actually confusing the data. You're diluting the data. So here we are. I got a client. They got a new campaign. They're spending $15,000, on the media test, maybe $25,000. The media buying agency is trying to figure out what visits came in, what sales went where. And I get it, by the way. I've done the IP address stuff. I've done everything you can think of, the URLs. We have, I should say, not me. But basically, the bottom line is, you get inference there. I get it, okay? But what I am saying is, why not keep it as clean as possible? Why not work with a media buying agency to give them that much more accountability? I mean, we had a large brand. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but it was a very large brand, 40-year-old, multi-billion-dollar brand. I'll leave their name out. They launched a new product. We got 4,000 visits from Facebook in no time. 4,000 visits during the media test. It was the second week in, and not one order. I'm not against Facebook. I'm not against social media, but we get a lot of window shoppers, not many direct sales, in my opinion, in my experience. You may be able to do it from a lead gen. I have not seen direct sales. So bottom line is, we had 4,000 visits that came in from that alone. So the point is, the conversion rate of the site was low, or appeared to be low. There were visits coming in every single hour as you looked at the reporting. They're coming from all over the place. The media buying agency is scratching their head. Oh my gosh, what's going on? What cleared? What didn't work? So basically, our point is, when you drive all this traffic to the site, you end up hurting and hindering the media buying agency's ability to analyze the data. How am I doing on time, Vi? Okay, great, thanks. So basically, I'm going to say something else controversial. I know that image is probably controversial, but I also believe in holding off on affiliates, at least at the onset, okay? And I'll get into why and right here, and also when I think it's a good time to turn it on. So basically, the point is, and Curtis, are you there? I'm not against affiliate marketing, but the point is, we don't do it at the beginning. And again, it's because we want to test TV. And we find the affiliates, by and large, are geniuses at being able to create content that ranks organically high. And if we step back a few screens and we agreed that the ultimate search results page was just that one link, well, these affiliates are great at what they do, guys. They're unbelievable. They see your ads clear. They're watching, Jordan Pine's SciMark report, and they're seeing what's coming out, and they're immediately building content. They want to rank organically high. So as soon as you start rolling, they come to you and go, hey, I want to earn a commission on every order I drive. And their site's ranked organically high rather quickly. So I believe, again, that delusion, they're creating a lot more content online. But also, they're well aware that 30 to 50% of your audience ends up in the results pages of the search engines. And so what they try to do, with all due respect, is some of them are trying to divert consumers. You're spending the ad dollars on TV, you're driving the traffic online, 30 to 50% are going to the web, and now they're basically trying to drive them in with these false reviews, with this product cut my arm off, God knows what, and they're trying to attract their attention, drive them in there, drive them back to you and earn a commission. So it's not I'm against them, but I find, and I ran an analysis of this, we had I'm not gonna say the exact number, a tremendous amount of orders coming from the search engines from when we ran affiliate programs in the onset. So basically the point is, we hold off on doing that in the beginning because it does confuse the data, and we also believe diverts the consumers. And I believe if you run it the way we say it, I'll get to it, you end up, if you keep it clean and control it yourself as the marketer, you end up setting benchmarks from which you could determine success of these programs when you turn them on. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So basically, to summarize this, we believe in keeping it direct. We use the internet as a tool to help monitor and run the DRTV ad campaign. So the site, which I have my own beliefs on what the site should be and what it should do, keep it simple, stupid, if you know what I'm saying, is our approach, and close the order, go through the upsells, get that revenue per order up. Those things are all great and very important. But basically, the point is that we find that a lot of folks don't keep it direct. They take these, what I call branding tools, as you can see in our experience, and if you look at from our approach, they divert the consumers. So we believe in keeping everything as direct as possible. And it's funny, over the years, we've been doing this for, again, 10 years. In the beginning, no one would put a URL in the end tag. And now, over the years, everyone's starting to pop up these URLs in the end tag. It's great. And I've always told my clients, for goodness sake, why don't you just say the URL? Better yet, say the URL 3 times out loud. Why have the consumer try and find their way to you? This is direct response. My ad's running. I need the numbers to pay. I'm spending 20 grand on TV. I want 40 grand in revenue. Why make it a mystery? Here's where you need to go. And so we believe in actually being very forthright and driving the traffic to your site. The other thing is, we believe in running your own paid search marketing campaign. With paid search, you can actually get up on the search engines, high ranking, and rather quickly. Now, unfortunately, Google's gone through some changes. It's actually a good thing in the end, but now we're doing site reviews with Google, so there is a delay. We used to be up in a matter of minutes. Now sometimes it's a matter of a few days. But either way, the point is you're up quickly. Your site is not going to rank organically high in 2 days, most likely, from all my experience. But the bottom line is you can rank in the paid search rankings pretty quickly, if not immediately. And it really helps. And if you're like any one of the folks I know, and I'm not throwing my clients under the bus, but we're getting everything in on Tuesday and going live on Saturday. So we don't have time to play SEO. So the bottom line is paid search is critical. We get those ads in there, and the paid search listing basically says, hey, 30 to 50% of the consumers that got lost in the search engines, we're over here. Dreamlights you saw on TV, it's over here, go here. And that's why we run the campaign. If you run your own paid search marketing campaign, and I hope you're gonna knock your socks off, and I think I'm running out of time, is basically the bottom line is when we run the campaigns, we usually we have clients pay for the clicks themselves. Not an affiliate, not a flat fee, not some commission, paying the raw clicks, running their own ad campaign. And when we run these campaigns, Dreamlights, these major campaigns, even the small ones, our CPO, our cost per order in clicks, is usually pennies to low dollars, 50 cents to $2. So if you think about this for a second, if I'm running a campaign, I'm driving orders in paid search, my cost per order is $1, but the affiliates are charging me $12, $15, $40 an order, and basically they're kind of diverting folks. You're losing $39 an order, $11 an order, $14 an order if you just manage it yourself. And it's not cumbersome, it's not overwhelming. You can always hire an agency, and if you do, just pay them to do what they do. Don't pay them a commission, just have them do the marketing. So basically the point is that it's very profound. I've actually run and analyzed numbers for clients running campaigns that are with other web providers and what they're doing. And I found that one campaign, they were losing $35,000 a week in the difference between what they were able to pay in their own search engines and what they were paying on a commission basis. So basically, to summarize, I know I'm quickly running out of time, right, Vi? Basically, the point is that at one point, and it'll be self-apparent, you will be ready for social media, you will be ready for affiliate marketing. That's when I'll pick up the phone and call Curtis if he's out there. And so the bottom line is, at that point, you're ready. You'll know the point. I'll tell you when it is. It's self-evident. It'll be when you know the CPO. When you went from 15 grand to 25 grand to 100 grand to 250,000 to $500,000 a week, God bless, on TV. At that point, when you know the metrics, I know 30% of my orders are coming from the web. 50% are coming from the web. I know of that 50%, 50% of those web orders are coming inbound, 50% are coming from paid search. I know my metrics. At that point is when we would turn it on. So let's talk about affiliate marketing, because I'm not against it. I just think it's a time and a place, as I'm mentioning. The time has come. We're ready for affiliate marketing. Okay, what do we do now? Well, we have a benchmark. We ran this campaign for 12 months. We optimized it. We got the revenue per order up. We did all the critical things we need to do. We worked with the media buying agency to get accountability to the media. Now we're ready. Let's do it. So at that point, we have that benchmark. We know that, again, half the orders are coming from the web, half are coming from the call center. Now we launch the affiliates, and we see what they're doing. We see what activity they do. And we see, okay, are they driving incremental orders? Now I can determine that. Because I know, again, before, how many orders were coming inbound to the site. When I say inbound, people think call center, but inbound to me is going to the site directly, no cost to you. And the other part is paid search. Basically, the point is, I know the numbers. And I look at those numbers and I say, okay, did the pie increase? Did it increase? Did I get, instead of 3,000 orders from the web, did I get 4,000 orders? Was there an incremental increase, or was there not? Or basically, was there a decrease in the direct sales or a decrease in the paid search orders? And you have to determine that. I can't determine that for you. You look at the campaign, try this one day on one of your campaigns and look at it, and you can see for yourself whether or not it's driving incremental orders, or if it's coming at such a cost, because again, at that point, hopefully you'll be in control. You'll see that your cost per order in clicks is $1, and you'll be done. So I'm a little bit out of time here, but I thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate it. Do we have time for questions, or am I cooked? Thank you. One question? You pick it, Vi. Go ahead. I'm sorry?
You're going to hold off with the social and affiliate marketing for 12 months?
No, not 12 months. Depends on the campaign. You're saying hold off on social and affiliate for 12 months.
Well, I'm just saying that the marketers are doing that as soon as they see a direct response to the TV campaign.
Yeah.
Whether you have the people working with them or not.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, and they're going to go to your competitors.
Absolutely. I lose my competitors all the time. I'm just trying to get across today. This is the approach we use. People don't buy into it, but I keep getting phone calls from people I've been telling to this too for 5 years going, I get it, I see it. To me, this is common sense, and we do this every day. He was saying that they would come to me and just go to my competitor. I can't win every client, and I'm not here to sell Liquid Focus either. I'm trying to kind of show you what we've done and what we know works. And again, this is a proven model. I mean, if you had pillow pets, well, you probably wouldn't be sitting here. If I was a client, I wouldn't be. But basically, the point is, this is a proven approach that we use day in and day out. And again, we have our way with us. Like when we build websites, we have clients who come in and they're looking to build a site and they have their vision and we have ours. So it's always a give and take as an agency. I get it. I've been doing this a long time. If they do affiliate marketing, God bless. But give me a chance. Try this model one time on a campaign and I think you'll be very happy. You buy me a drink next time if you want. But is that good, Vi? All right, cool. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate listening.